It's time to play the equipment shuffle game. Good morning. We are going to get the planter out of the shop right now. So I'm trying to find a door opener so I don't have to climb in and out of the cab 15 times. There's one around right there. It is. And we're going to fold this planter up. We're going to take it out. We're going to get some other tractors running. I should probably go start them ones because they're cold. And bunch of tractors are coming in the shop, and the corn planter's heading out. Let's start with the 7520. This one should start. It usually starts pretty well. All right, we're gonna let it sit here and warm up for a little bit before we do anything with it. And this one is a cold start nightmare, kind of, but it's been plugged in all night, so it should be warm. Shouldn't start too terribly bad. Let's see what we get. Oh, beautiful. Remember that last cold start video? That's the difference an engine block heater makes. This one needs to end up in the shop so we can do those rear tires next week. So let's see if it will start. A little harder, but it went. All right, well, let these warm up. Get our other tractor brought around the planter. That one had to start because those two have to move because that's where we're putting the planter. Of course, the one sitting in the warm shop is the one that's not going to go. Of course. To be fair, when tractors are in the shop like this, and like yesterday when I was moving that planter up and down, I start them and they run for 2 minutes and they shut off. I don't give them time to charge the battery, so that's part of the reason why. But it's also why we're going to install that disconnect switch there, which is my plan for this afternoon. However, this does give us a great opportunity to try out this thing. I'm still skeptical. If it works here, though, we'll see. It's making noise, and there's only 2 lights on. There was 4 lights on. I don't know. The cord's too short to get it to set on the fender, so I'm not real thrilled about that. I think. No good, guys. No good. Do I just hook it up? Do I have to push buttons? I don't know how this thing works. All right, I'll give you this one. It worked. Turns out I don't know if I didn't have a good connection or what, but there's a little green light on there that's supposed to blink. Well, it's blinking now. It's supposed to be solid when it's hooked up right and got connections. As soon as I got that to go, boom, she took right off. I'm impressed. Not gonna lie, I'm impressed. All right, let's take the planter out. We're just going to park this outside, let it run for a while while we get other stuff out of the way. So the other tractor we need is right there, which means that one has to move. How many engines do you think I can have running at one time? This one I'm a little concerned about. I don't know if that one's going to start. Poor planning on my part here, I guess. Let's see what happens. Maybe, maybe not, maybe. I don't know. Might have to find a can of ether. Not trying. Oh. Almost. Come on. Come on. Oh, sweet. All right. This tractor was built pre-emissions era. Now this one starts every time. Now that I said that, it won't, but it should be fine. Yeah, she is just fine. So. All right, we're gonna let them warm up. We'll get the ones out of the shop, out of the back of the shop now. We got some wheat left here. I think the birds have eaten half of the wagon. Dang. Not real sure where this one's gonna end up. Yeah, we got a little figuring to do on where everything's gonna go, but now we can put our corn planter back in there. Here's the 7520's marking its spot. Now this. It appears this corn planter is going to be a little tight, because that is going to hit that, and that one is going to hit the cart. We got to fold my warning lights in, which just means that now if I hit something, it's really bad. Yowza! Oh, did I hit it? Did I hit it? I did, I hit it. Oh well, that's okay. Enough room to walk through there, barely. I guess I can come back just a little farther. We can fold that light on the bean planter too. Yeah, it was mighty close right there, but we made it. I'm gonna back up just a little bit farther. All right, it is in place and unhooked. We'll pull the tractor out of here. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna bring this one back in the shop because we got that battery disconnect switch we're gonna put on, and it probably won't be in there very long. Maybe just today, or yeah. I guess we got a tire to fix on that tractor too. That one inside dual has got a hole in it. So plan was to take a tube out of the 8430 once we switch them tires next week. So it'll probably be in there till next week too. So we're gonna have a lot of tractors in the shop, and it's gonna make things crowded, but it'll be fine. Okay, I'm bringing the 8430 in. We got to do a little bit of strategic placement here to get everything in and where we need it. So this one is in here to get rear tires changed. In order to change rear tires, we need access to the overhead crane and both sides of the tractor. So I'm gonna try and put it over here in this corner a little bit. Something like this. Back maybe a little farther. We'll go there. Okay, now I want to get the 4020 out, so we're going to move to 4440. How many tractors can I drive at once? I'll let you know. Okay, and I'm glad I don't have to drive this one very far today because it's cold. This one's going in the shop next. Sure. Steering's working just fine today. Oh, there it goes. Steers good to the left, steers to the right, but then it keeps going and turning the wheels more after the steering wheel is maxed out and the tires are still turning. So it gets worse, but that's what we're trying to fix. This summer when I was having trouble with this tractor and the steering, some of you guys told me what you thought it might be and suggested a place, I think somewhere in Ohio, that rebuilds the steering motors, if that's what it is. If you could refresh my memory, that would be helpful. Probably gonna get moved, but that's where we're gonna put it for now. Now I'm gonna bring this one in, and then we'll have our shop filled back up again. Okay, now let's go put the rest of our stuff that we had to get out back away. Don't hit the combine unloading auger with the muffler. Made it. Now don't hit the wagon with the tractor. Oh, come here. Come here. Oh, we ain't gonna make it. Bummer. Also, don't hit the sprayer. This one's, we aren't gonna make it quite as far back as what the 4020 was. I'm trying to put it where the 4020 was, but close enough. It's out of the way. That tractor probably should come into the shop at some point just for general service work, but it has like 60 hours on it since we did it last year, so it doesn't really need a whole lot. Okay, we should be able to get the 7520 in over there, and then we're done. Done. We got it. I'll get back in the shop. All right, well, now that we've got what we need in here, projects, I'm going to let things warm up a little bit. I've got a few errands to run. I had one of our sales reps, I guess, kind of, stop by. You guys remember that interview that I did this fall down to Berkey when they came out and filmed me, and it was super awkward, and then they took their drone up and videoed us and stuff. Apparently there's a video out on that now on YouTube. I'm going to try and I'll put a link here, but whatever. It was not too bad. So, and he brought me some jackets. This AgriClimb is that program that we used through them, and pretty nice jacket. So thanks, appreciate that. And anyway, I'm gonna go run some errands. Might be a Rural King stop in here, and we'll be back this afternoon. Okay, I'm back. I didn't get a whole lot, but whatever, it's fine. So we're gonna work on installing this. This is a battery disconnect switch for the 8R tractor. Yeah, I told you yesterday, but right here on this little sticker that comes in the package, it says instructions not included. Great, thanks. But it does say go to the website and search the part number. So I did that, and I found directions for how to do this. It seems relatively straightforward. So we're gonna go over, we've got to take a little bit of stuff apart to start with, and then see if we can figure out how to get this thing installed. So the first thing we do is take off this nice shiny plastic cover over the battery compartment. Set it out of the way. And then we have to take off the negative battery cable negative cable. So basically from this stud and the 2 posts on the batteries. That's pretty easy. There are a lot of grounds on this 1 post right there. Holy cow, look at all them wires. Then it says discard cable. We might hold on to this one. There's nothing really wrong with it. I don't know what we'll use it for, but we're gonna keep it. So the next thing it says to do is to take the windshield washer fluid tank off. I skipped that step because the next one was just assembling this. So we got that all bolted together. And now I need to read the next one. Route cables through opening between cab support and fuel tank. Right, okay. Okay, so I think I figured out how this works. Basically, this assembly here, it's got this mounting plate with 4 holes in it. We're gonna use 2 of those holes, and they're gonna match up to the holes over here that are for our steps. So it's gonna go something like that-ish. We're gonna take 2 of those bolts out, put the longer ones that are up there in, and then that thing kind of tucks up there out of the way. So we need to do that, but it says to connect your battery cables to it before you mount this because, well, there's no way to get in there and do it. So the cables got to go through this little hole with that hose, which is why they want you to take this thing out of the way so that you can get in there and get to them. So I think we're probably gonna have to do that. Well, they're in. They went through, you guys can't see down there. They went through a little tiny hole and they come out right there. So now we can install this piece. Take these big nuts off and connect the cables. Okay, so these bolts that hold this step on there are, this piece is threaded, and so they're threaded right into it. There's not a nut on the backside. It's a little short bolt, looks like that, and they don't stick past. So they gave me these bolts to put in there. Well, the problem with that is, like, I can thread it in for a while, but it's not threaded all the way, so then it bottoms out on this neck part of the bolt here, and it won't go in all the way. So I had to go find my own bolts that are just longer than the originals, threaded all of the way. For some reason they had a washer on there, so I'll put the washer back on. And then I am threading them through basically as far as they will go so that the threads stick out the other side, and we can mount this piece up and then just put the nuts on it and it should work. Okay, so now that's bolted up in there. It's pretty secure. And then we come over here. I got the negative clamps put back on the battery. All I have to do, attach this back to our grounding stud over here. Okay, now I made sure everything is tight and we can put our cover back on. And then when we want to park it and disconnect the battery, all we have to do is reach in here and come on, there. Pull this off. You let it hang there, so when you know, or when you get back in, you know that it's no good, or it's unhooked, and then when you want to reconnect it, you just slide this on there and spin it up, and now it's ready to go. Sweet. That was pretty easy. So I was just looking this tractor over a little bit, seeing what we need to do. I haven't dug into the steering issues yet, just other things that need to be done to it. One of the things I want to address is this SCV outlet on the back here, this hydraulic outlet. One, it leaks a little bit, and two, the cast mounting plate back there has broke, and I think it has broken before, and somebody tried to fix it unsuccessfully, and we're going to try and fix it again because it wobbling here is not good. It's cast, which makes it difficult to weld. We do have some cast iron welding rods that might work, so that might be what happens, but first thing I need to do is clean it up. So since it's Friday and I'm not going to be here for the next few days, now's kind of a good time to wash because it'll dry off before I get here over the weekend. So I think I'm gonna just pull it up here a little bit. We'll get the power washer. This will take like 15-20 minutes to wash the whole thing. It won't take very long. I think I got it. Well, this old tractor still looks pretty good. So if you don't know, about 9 years ago now, 2012, we sandblasted this tractor and repainted it, restored it pretty well. It still gets used, so it's not new anymore. The paint's wearing off of things like the seat here. And we've got a little bit of a chloride leak, it would appear, on our rim that's rusting some stuff there. And we've got some wear on the floor plate and just some general chips and dings and places where the paint's chipped. But for the most part, still looks really good. And yeah, so we just need to fix a few things like the steering and the hydraulics and keep it as a functional tractor. Also, if you don't know, this was my grandfather's 4020. This tractor was bought brand new by my grandpa in 1965. So it'll never leave our farm. It's got a lot of value to us, sentimental value, and I love that tractor. Someday, when this tractor is no longer used again, it's going to get painted again and restored and looking pretty and put away. And so there's a neighboring farmer about 20 miles from here that they have on one of their main barns along the road. They replaced the overhead door with glass overhead doors, and they've got a couple of old tractors in there that they've got painted up really nice and a nice light so that you can see them when you drive by at night, and it's really cool. And maybe someday this one will be in my glass showroom. You know what that tractor needs? It needs a good ceramic coating. I think that's on the list, but it's going to be a while because that tractor's probably going to be here for a while. We're going to have to tear it all apart, and I don't want to, yeah. Anyway, I'm going home. Have a great weekend, everybody. It's Friday, so we'll see you guys again on Monday. My wife and I are going house stuff shopping tomorrow, so that will be fun. Not really shopping as much as just picking stuff out or looking at what our options are, but we're going to do that. So we'll be back Monday. Got new projects. Have a great weekend. Like, subscribe. Questions, comments. See you guys. Oh yeah, the answer was 6. I had 6 tractors running at one time. I did okay.